Hi, this video will discuss how a firm allocates its resources. And the key takeaway here is the marginal productivity matters for a firm, not average productivity. So let's use an example to illustrate this point. Suppose you are a company in charge of planting trees, and you have 5 trees to plant, and you want to figure out in which orchard should you plant your trees in order to maximize the number of apples that you get. So you've got 2 orchards at your disposal. You've got a purple orchard and a gold orchard. And you want to determine, hey, where should you plant these 5 trees? You don't have to plant all 5 trees in the same orchard. You could have a combination of orchards employed. So you also want to know how many total apples will you get if you optimize your 5-tree planting. So what's the approach then to solve this problem? Again, the key is finding the marginal productivities. So here's the 2-step approach to solving the problem. First, rank your resources based on their marginal productivities, not their average productivities. Second, allocate your resources based on this ranking. So to solve this question, then, you first need to calculate the total productivity. And then you need to find the corresponding marginal productivity. Rank your marginal productivities, allocate your 5 trees based on the highest 5 marginal productivities since you have 5 trees to plant. To find your total output, you'll simply read the numbers off the table since you've already calculated the total productivity. So let's go back to the question then, now that we know how to solve it. You're given averages. Your first step is find the totals. So let's find the total. The total from the purple orchard, if you have 1 tree, well, it's simply 1 times your average of 95, or 95. What's your total productivity when you have 2 trees? It's 2 times 95, or now we're at 190. Likewise, we're to calculate a marginal productivity for the purple side. Your first tree, how much increase of apples do you get? Well, you get 95 because you had 0 apples and you had 0 trees on the purple side. What's your marginal productivity of your second tree on the purple side? Well, how does our total productivity change? It increases by 95. So again, this is a marginal productivity of 95. Note, when your average does not change, it stays at 95, your marginal productivities will not change. They will also be 95. So your total productivity increases by 95 each time. Now, let's go to the gold side, where we have different averages. So first, we're to find the total productivity from the gold side, and then we're to find the marginal productivity from the gold side. So we plant our first tree in the gold side. We get 120 apples in total. What's our marginal productivity? Well, you were getting 0 apples when you had 0 trees. Now you're getting 120, so your marginal productivity is 120. How about when you have 2 trees planted on the gold side? Well, to get your total, take your number of trees times your average. We're talking 230 now. So how did your marginal productivity increase? Well, it went up by 110. Next, we have 3 trees planted on the gold side. What's our total output? 3 times 110 is 330. What's our marginal productivity? This is now 100. How about 4 trees planted on the gold side? We have now 420 total apples. And what's the marginal productivity of that 4th tree on the gold side? It gets us 90 more apples. Finally, 5 trees planted on the gold side gets us 500 apples. What's the marginal productivity here? 80. So let's rank our marginal productivities. Well, where's our highest marginal productivity? It's right here. This is our number 1 ranked marginal productivity. If you only have 1 tree to plant, you plant on gold side. But you don't have 1 tree to plant. You have 5. Where should you plant your second tree? Well, you compare. Purple gets us a marginal productivity of 95. Gold, second tree, gets us a marginal productivity of 110. I like 110 more. That's where the second tree should go. That's our second best marginal productivity. So these are our rankings. Okay. How about the 3rd tree? Where should it go? We can go gold for 100 or purple for 95 marginal productivity. Let's go gold to get that third highest marginal productivity. Now the fourth tree, where should it go? Well, if we go gold, we get 90 marginal productivity. If we go purple, we get 95. I like that one better. So there's where we go with our fourth tree. Okay, that's our fourth best. And we have 5 trees to plant. Where's the fifth tree go? Well, marginal productivity stays at 95 on the purple side. Planting a fifth tree here, so this is the next tree on the gold side, would still get you a marginal productivity of 90. So the purple exceeds that. So that's where the fifth best option is. So in sum, you're going to plant 2 trees on the purple side. You're going to plant 3 trees on the gold side. And how much total apples do you get? Well, you're getting 190 from the purple side. You're getting 330 from the gold side. How much is that total? That's going to be 520. 520 apples is the best you can do planting 5 trees. I challenge you to find another allocation to get you more than 520. You won't, but you're welcome to search for it. This is how you allocate your resources. It's based on marginal productivity. Note, had you allocated your resources purely based on averages, you'd plant all 5 on the gold side, you would get 500 apples, which is less, 20 apples less than optimizing based on marginal productivities. So that would give you the wrong answer. Don't allocate your resources based on average productivity. Allocate them based on marginal productivity.